In speaking of talents and great talents that MLW has presented, in recent years, wanted to ask you about the situation with Mr. Hammerstone and his contract seems to be um, uh, rather nebulous at this point in time. He's asking for his release and whatnot, and MLW weren't really, correct me if I'm wrong, using him for a while. Can you clarify for the fans that issue, because I know a lot have been asking about him and maybe next steps for him in the business.
Well, I know the last time I saw Hammerstone at an MLW event was July, I believe, for the Never Say Never Premium Live event. Um, and anytime I've encountered him since then has just been on the independent level. Um, but I mean that's the kind of the catch-22 of any kind of business arrangement, right? Is both sides want to protect their own investment. And in the mind of Hammerstone, I think it's probably a case of I'm on top of this mountain. What's next? What's left? For the case of MLW, it's all the time, the money, the television platform that have been invested into making Hammerstone one of, if not the face of MLW. And certainly you can add Jacob Batu and Alex Kane. There's a number of upper echelon you can look at, but Hammerstone was the world champion for a long amount of time. Before that, he was the openweight champion for a long amount of time. So I don't have any details of this is Hammerstone's side, this is MLW's side. Thankfully, I don't work in the office, and that's not my problem, and that's above my pay grade. But obviously, there's an impasse there, just based on the fact that what we've seen publicly. And all I can say is I hope the situation works out for the betterment of everybody. I would love to see something worked out where Hammerstone and MLW are both happy to continue their working relationship. Um, I don't think this impasse does either side well, because neither side is getting the most out of that time invested in the other. So I hope that at some point, sooner than later, they can sit down. All right, what are your issues? What are your issues? How do we come to a way where we can do business amicably? And if we can't do business amicably, how do we part ways where everybody feels fulfilled?